Hi everybody, I'm Adriana from Sweet Sister Love. I write a monthly newsletter. Right now it's coming out of Substack. I'm building up my Substack and I am a student of starting over. I am starting over. And I think that we do it many times in life. You start over and over and over again. And sometimes that can be discouraging for those of us who did not learn tools or who did not feel welcome in their own body, in their own home. And it's no insult to my parents who did the very best they could to raise me. I am here with a very specific mission and a very specific message. And pain is a portal. And so the things that I have suffered through, whether you think they're worthy of my suffering or not, have helped me to understand who I am, what I want, and how those two bridge together to create a life for myself that is creative and expressive. I was born to be expressive, I was born to be creative, but that has not always been supported, applauded, wanted. And yeah, I think my current work is to clear my throat, is to clear my voice so that what I am saying comes out really honest and clean. But it's also that I mean what I say and I say what I mean. And I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet because I still want to say things for others. I still want to be mindful of others. And sometimes when you have a very specific mission and message, you have to know that you won't be for everybody. And that before you have, approval, you'll have disapproval. And that is so much part of the lesson, that disapproval. The other day I went to the beach with a friend, and my friend is, I guess, a little bit how I used to be also when it came to the ocean. We love the beach, we love the ocean, but we're a little bit afraid. And so my friend is sort of making her way into the ocean. I've already gone past the white waters, the white waters that crash into you. And she's sort of battling, with those white waters as it crashes against her body. And as she resists, because the water was ice cold. And it occurred to me, what a beautiful lesson that is, to go to the beach with a friend who's afraid. And to recognize yourself as the friend who was once afraid. And that each one of us comes into each other's lives to offer something that will help you do better, be better, and then to move on. Some friendships last forever and some of them are temporary, but it's not the point. The point is that we come together to support each other. And I was supported in my squeamishness, in my fear, in my, it's so cold, in my resistance. I was supported by a wild woman in my resistance to nature, thinking that, mud was gross or that the ocean was scary. Don't get me wrong. You are right to fear the ocean. We have a lot of respect for the ocean. But once we got past that fear and we were floating around and cooling off from the hot sun, we went back to our towel to lay down and rest, and it occurred to me that that's what life is. You're gonna be in the desire, in the wanting of something. Like, I want to go into the ocean. I want to have fun in the ocean like everybody else, but I'm scared. I'm scared a shark is going to attack me. I'm scared I'm going to drown. I'm scared to be knocked over. It just feels, shocking to my body. So the white waters crash against you. They start at your shins, easy to tolerate. comes to your thighs, still easy to tolerate. Once it starts to hit your torso, your midsection, not so easy. If it hits against your chest, that could be a little scary. You know, you feel like the ocean is gonna maybe overpower you, or you know, the legs are in and the legs are still acclimating, but your chest and your heart are not ready for that cold blast. But you have to push past that white water in order to get to the calm. There's no way around it. So long as you stay in your resistance, you'll feel the shock, you'll feel the splash, you'll feel the suffering, you'll feel your resistance. This is what you are battling. You are battling your resistance. And those white waters are a metaphor for what it is you have to break. So rather than you being the thing the wave crashes and breaks against, you push past it, you enter. So even though you are resisting, you allow your resistance to go. You find ways in that are safe for you. So I never enter the ocean head on. I always enter sideways because it's easier for the wave to crash against the side of my body as opposed to the front of my body. If I allow the wave to crash against me this way, it can topple me over. But if I enter sideways, yes, it crashes. Yes, I get wet. Yes, it will be shocking, but I don't suffer and I don't get toppled. And once you make it past those white waters, you're able to swim. A lot of people do laps in the ocean. A lot of people play with their football in the ocean, throwing the ball back and forth. A lot of people find a sand dune, and so they're not even treading water anymore. They're literally standing. My point is that it gets easier when you stop resisting. And the ocean is such a beautiful metaphor for that. So the next time that you are heading into the ocean and you get your feet wet and you're like, oh, it's too cold, invite that coldness in. Invite the power of the ocean to be transformative. Allow those white waters to crash against you. Don't push back. You know, allow and make your way through, allowing, finding a safe way to peace, to calm, to tranquility. And when you float around in the ocean, you receive all the benefits. It's like floating in the ocean is like taking this big giant Epsom salt bath. It's good for your muscles, it's good for your mind, it's good for your prayers, it's good for protection. And I just want to be encouraging, because as students of starting over, this is what we need. You know, we really need that courage to keep going, that courage to push past what is difficult. So I'm up this morning early. I was up actually really early, and I wanted to convince myself to go back to sleep. But the truth is, since starting over again, I have been, really making it my business to put the phone down a little bit more, to actually lay down and allow myself to feel sleepy. And if I've tried for a little while and can't fall asleep, to go have a glass of water, or to make myself comfortable, to stack my pillows and put my legs up, to watch a funny movie and get distracted. And sometimes that's what helps. But when you create the habit of success, you allow that success in small doses. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna make my bed. And it's not because there's some belief around anything. It's that I am preparing my bed so that it is the most clean, comfortable space that I get to come home to. That my bed is my sanctuary, that my bedroom is a beautiful space for me to remember myself and to put myself first, that my closet is full of things that fit me and that I love. that I love to wear, that my bed is a clean, comfortable place, that my shoes are easily found, that my drawers are neatly organized so that my life is easier. And these are tools that when you are learning to start over, or when you are choosing to start over, they help. They help you, because anything can trigger you. At least that's how I am. When I am in a downward spiral, anything can send me over the edge. Not being able to find my shoes, not being able to find a specific blouse that I know is in here somewhere can set me off. A moment of vulnerability and feeling rejected can make me spiral. And so I no longer put myself in harm's way, especially my own harm. Hang on, I have a feeling about something. I thought I forgot to hit record, and I thought I was just ranting to myself, which wouldn't have been bad because, you know, it's practice. But definitely we're recording. So anyway, the habits that have really helped me, my protein coffee is really helping me. It's actually helping me to cut the craving for that hot, steamy cup of coffee. Strange but true. I know that I am drinking coffee, but there's something that has been interrupted where I'm not allowing myself a second cup. Maybe I should change the way that I'm saying that. It's not that I'm not allowing myself a second cup. I am allowing myself to realize that a second cup of coffee later in the day is harmful. And I noticed yesterday that I really wanted a coffee. And I really wanted a coffee because yesterday was a tough day. I taught a class to a group of teenagers, and you know, young people are always really exhausting for me. They have a lot of energy, they have a lot to say, and I feel like, you know, really tired when I leave. And my job also requires me to carry a lot of things, teaching kits and things like that. So I come home physically tired. And I realized that I wanted a cup of coffee after having a quote unquote challenging day. And I'm learning how to deal with those moments with true care. And what's true care? Quiet time. Time on my laptop to write my stories, to post every week on Substack, to build myself up as a writer, to become the writer that I believe I can be, that I always wanted to be. I graduated high school knowing I would be a journalist, I would be a writer, I would be interviewing people, I would be telling stories. And all of that went away for a lot of reasons. And for some of us, we know we want a thing, we take steps towards a thing. And then when we get really close to breaking the white waters, we head back, we retreat. No, just here, I don't want to go past my knees, I don't want to go past here. But not going past here also means never really enjoying the ocean and the peace that the ocean brings. And we begin to see the ocean as always scary, always hard, always cold, always crashing into us. And we never get to experience the other side of things, the other side of the challenge. And so being a student of starting over is me deciding, I want to push past the white waters. I want to go deep. I want to be able to float. I want to run into some dolphins. I want to feel the sun and see the sun glimmer off of the ocean. I want a different perspective. And in order to have that, you got to go for it. You got to have a practice of going for it. So let's do what we do, and let's just begin. Notice the tension in your body. Notice if the breath is full or if it's shallow. Remember that there's nothing to fix or change about you or anything. There is an alignment, a click that is waiting to happen. Click. Things fall in place, right? You're here and then click. There's flow. I dare myself to push past the white waters. I dare myself to exit the point of resistance by moving through it. Not by going around it, not by delaying, not by playing it safe, not by going back to my towel without ever experiencing the true ocean, but by slowly, steadily, diligently, and with a lot of strength and courage, pushing through, going all the way through. And I know that as I go all the way through, a lot of things will come back to me. Like my memory, I'll remember all the things that resisted me, all the things that held me back, all the things that pushed me down. I'll remember the things that were said and done, even by me. And it will feel so icky, it will feel so gross. And maybe I'll feel stupid, and maybe I'll be embarrassed by all of it. But as a student of starting over, I dare myself to push past what I resist, to go through what I resist, to experience the resistance and to stay steady and calm, and to allow the sensations and the emotions to rise and fall as they do, because everything is passing. I am passing through this world, and I have a finite amount of time. And if I don't live full, my time will pass me by, and I don't want that. I want to be expressive and creative. I want to learn. I want to be the woman I dreamed of as a kid. I want my success. I want to feel at peace with myself. I want to fall in love with someone who has the courage and the integrity to stand up for herself and to do the right thing. I want to be a clear channel. I want my gifts to flow. I want to get out of my own way. I want to know my heart. I want to fall in love a bunch of times. I want to have dogs. I've always wanted a cow. I don't know why this matters, but it would be nice to have a cow and name her Berta. And chickens, lots of chickens. And we do eat the eggs, but we don't keep a rooster, and we never kill them. We let them have their full life. Imagine if a chicken could just live her whole life, or any chicken could live their whole life undisturbed, just like getting fed and eating worms and doing what chickens do. And each and every one of us deserves that. Each and every one of us deserves that. I deserve to live happy and free, undisturbed. Every single person deserves that. And there's so much about my life and my past that suggests that. There's so much about my suffering that suggests that I should fight for this, that I should fight for this the way I move through those white waters, those waves that crash against me. Move through to the other side. To enjoy the peace that God has for each and every one of us. To be a source, a resource, an endless resource to my sons, to my nephew, to my mother and my sister. To be a fountain, an overflowing fountain of care, respect, love, money, joy, fun, laughter. To travel, to go on trips, to do work that is fulfilling, and to watch my children come to their work and be fulfilled. And I love and respect myself. I allow this practice to help me grow in love and respect for myself. I am pleased with myself. I can look back on the last day, the last week, the last month, the last 6 months, the last 7 years, and I can be proud of myself because I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned from them. My integrity was tested, and I often failed, and I often succeeded. And I found a balance. I found a balance between the up and down, the good and bad, the right and wrong. And life is all of it. And I don't have to judge myself so harshly. I don't have to let my mind go to the worst place. I am allowed to set myself free. Free of these emotions, free of these feelings. I'm allowed to start over. I'm allowed for this time to be different, to be better than ever before, to allow blessings into my life like never before, to see all the people around me win, succeed, and to be at peace with my own success and the success of others, to free myself, or at least to be able to check very quickly jealousy, comparison, fear, low feelings. I also allow myself to make a judgment. It's called discernment. And to use my discernment to choose for my life. I don't have to judge others. I can see, observe, learn, and then act accordingly for what is in alignment with my own compass, my own moral compass. And I calibrate that compass uniquely. I don't calibrate my compass to anyone else's north but my own. And this helps. This helps me feel better. This helps me think clearer. This helps me go for what I want. This helps me become the wellness teacher that I know I am. It helps me become the writer that I know I am. It helps me to stay dedicated to my practice, to my exercise, to my nutrition, to my well-being. Thank you, body. Thank you for all the cues you give me. Thank you for the discipline and the courage to do things my own way. Divinely guided. I am the bridge, I am the rainbow. From the material to the mystery. Tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. I think that's how Abraham Hicks says it. And I like that. I am tapped in. I am tuned in. And I am turned on to my own love, to my own light. And yes, I am a love and light girly. Yes, I am. And when you have walked in the darkness of your own minds, your own emotions, when you see the reality of the world and the true nature of people, you realize why love and light girlies are so committed. It's not that we don't know how to work with our shadow. It's that we take our shadow with us. Because even the demons that visit me at night, even the darkness that lurks wants love. Even the lion cuddles. Even the snake protects its young. Benevolence runs through all of life, through all of us. Benevolence courses through me, and I love and respect myself. Benevolence courses through me, and I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I love and respect myself. I love and accept myself. I love and respect myself. Even as I wade through choppy waters, love and respect abounds. I hope that served you as much as it did me. I am getting ready to write a story for Single and Happy. I am Single and Happy on Substack, but you can find me everywhere by searching sweetsister.love. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, and even Substack is sweetsister.love. I have a website at sweetsister.love where you can check out my services. You can read about me if you're interested. You could see a little bit of my old blog. And here, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I thank you for your time, for your energy, for the energy that is transmuted through signals and internet. It's a wonderful and chaotic world we live in. And it's time for us to learn how to use those tools for our goodness. Yeah, if this served you, hit the like button, share, send me a comment, leave a comment. And I'm getting ready to write a story about rejection, because you know, when you're single and ready to mingle, sometimes you're rejected. And you've got to have thick skin for that rejection. You have to not take it personally, and you have to keep going. You know, just like the white waves, you got to learn to keep going. You have to navigate your way through in a safe manner. And if you see it that way, like you're never losing and you're always learning, you'll go so far. Have an amazing day. Thanks so much.